Hey YouTube, Zipdisk here with another Transformers review. Today I'm going to be doing one of the Cybertron line. I don't have a lot of these guys, but some of the ones I do have I like. About this guy because I really liked his vehicle mode, and his robot mode is only so-so. Today we're covering Cybertron Lugnutz, whose vehicle is a very nice motorcycle, highly reminiscent of a Harley-Davidson touring bike. I really like it because it reminds me of the motorcycles from the 1950s. Not that I was alive in the 50s, but I've seen lots of movies. I like the motorcycle mode a lot. I mean, look at those tailpipes. Other tailpipes over here. This forms his weapon, by the way. And he, of course, being a Cybertron figure, he has a gimmick. Of course, I love the license plate with the Decepticon logo on it. Very nice license plate. Okay, I'm going to grab his Cyber Planet key. He came with an Earth key, with the tampograph code on the inside, S3Y6. Slap this in to here, like so. Well, over here on this side. Push it in. And on that side, you get a missile launcher. Or a rocket launcher of some kind. So that's his gimmick in vehicle mode. Now, this is kind of an interesting character in Cybertron. He was kind of a Decepticon by default. He wasn't really all that Decepticon-y. He was kind of the evil version of Beachcomber, in that he'd wander around and just sort of mellow out, enjoy the sunset. He was kind of like the Decepticons' version of Jack Kerouac, the beat poet. He would travel around, you know, philosophize about life, hang out with his girl. He was apparently friends with Cybertron Thunderblast, who was kind of a creepy, evil bimbo. No offense to bimbos out there, please. Just stating the obvious. He's an interesting little character. Didn't show up too much in Cybertron, but his few appearances kind of left an impression on me. So when I saw his toy repackaged as a universe on sale at a KB Toys long before they went out of business, I said, oh, what the heck, he's cheap, I'll pick him up. Now, on to the transformation. Now, I really like the vehicle mode. Remember that. I have a thing for motorcycle formers, but they're really, really hard to get right. I can think of two off the top of my head that are really good, and those are Prowl and Samurai Prowl. Same mold. Anyway, on to the figure. First, we'll take off this exhaust pipe, which is his weapon, and then we will take down these exhaust pipes in here, which are his legs. Split them like so. Whoops, I just pulled off another part. That part's not actually supposed to come off. Put that back on. I hate breaking them on camera. His gimmick just flipped back up. And we get this sort of thing. I guess you could call it a flying motorcycle if you wanted to do fan-made third mode, but it looks really stupid, so I'm not going to even say that. Next step is separate this part. Flip it around. See, we've got, and then bring the legs down to this position. And these are not the feet, these are the stays in the back. Flip out the feet like this from these little panels right there to form his feet. And we've got a kind of bipedal backwards motorcycle. Okay, the engine block right here. See that engine block where my fingers are? This comes out to form his arms. As you can see right here. And you split the bike part in the back to finish forming the arms, because it goes out to either side. See, that's about what he looks like. Then you take the head and pop it up. I really like his face sculpt. It adds to his sort of beatnik bad boy look. I really like that face sculpt. Very nice. And you take this whole huge backpack of kibble and you slot it in behind his head. And believe it or not, this is Cybertron Lugnutz. He's a mess. I don't like this robot mode. I mean, look at those wheels hanging off the back. I mean, you can kind of fold them to the back if you really want to. but then it just looks like he's got wheels hanging off his back, too. And no matter what you do, you can't really do much with this one because the handlebars get in the way. And you can move it up, but then his arm goes down because they're tied to his arms. So it's not a great figure in robot mode, but he's got a lot of character and personality in the show, and I really like his vehicle mode. Let me grab his weapon real quick. His rifle, and we'll put it in his hand. Doesn't fit in all that well, but there you go. There's his rifle. I like to call it the trombone gun because for some reason it reminds me of a trombone. And of course his Cyberplanet key gimmick still works. Take the key, slide it into the top here, push it down, and you got the rocket launcher over the shoulder. Now he was actually redecoed once, and they tried to redeco him twice, but his second one was canceled. His first redeco was Hightail, which was another Cybertron scout. His second redeco that was canceled was going to be Backtrack, which was going to be a movie character, who was also going to be an Autobot. But the original version of the mold, the one that actually showed up on the show, was a Decepticon. Now, I'm not going to recommend anybody go out and grab this guy unless you really, really like motorcycle formers, because his robot mode is seriously weak. I don't like the way it looks. He can't look up. His articulation is really limited because of his wheel arms. And he's got good articulation in the legs. He can even do the Perceptor kick! Ha! And that's about the best you can say about this guy, is that he's got a really nice vehicle mode, and he's got an interesting personality in the show, which is kind of the reason I picked him up, because I like him. I mean, he's not doesn't have a prominent place on my display shelf, but hey, he was cheap, and I wanted a Transformer at the time. I used to be a KB toy store at the mall where I work, and well, on my lunch break, I went over there and I used to pick up Transformers. I've got a lot of those Universe toys because of that. Those early Universe stuff that was repackaged for discount stores. Anyway, this has been Zipdisk with a review of Cybertron Lugnutz. You guys have a great night, and I might be back for another review later tonight. I don't even know yet. Have a great one. Bye.